Hi, and welcome to Lesson 2 in Learn American English Slang Words. This is the next 5 words that you need to know. If you missed my first video, you can go back and watch that. Okay? So in Lesson 2, we're going to talk about the 5 slang words that American English speakers say. Ready? The first one in this lesson is Lemme. Lemme. What? Let me. Yes. Lemme? Let me. Yes, so let me get back to you. Back? Like my back? No, I mean let me return information. Let me send you another text, another email. Let me call you back. So in American English, we'll say get back to you means to return information. And so I might say, let me get back to you. Listen and say, let me get back to you. Okay, one more time. Let me get back to you. Good practice. Okay, so that's let me. And we do that for many things, but often to return information. Like, let me think about that. Think about is a phrasal verb, which means to consider or ponder or, let me think about that. Let me think about that. Listen and say, let me think about that. Great job. Okay, you're doing great. So let me is like, let me do that. Or let me borrow your car. Let me borrow your cell phone. Let me do this or let me do that. It's a very common word we say in American English. Okay, so we have 4 more in this lesson. That was one of 4. The next one is gotcha. Gotcha means I got you. Now this can be used in 2 different ways in American English. Gotcha means I understand. Do you understand? Yeah, I gotcha. We say this very quickly. Or do you get it? We'll ask that as a question. So listen and say, do you get it? One more time. Do you get it? And the answer in American English is gotcha. Do you get it? Yes, I gotcha. Say that with me. Yes, I gotcha. One more time. Yes, I gotcha. Okay, so do you understand me? I hope so. Say, I gotcha. Good practice. And gotcha just means I understand. So a teacher might say, hey, did you remember to turn in your assignments? We have our test next week. They'll say, oh yeah, I gotcha. Or, hey, we have a class party. Let's all bring some food. Remember, it's in 2 weeks. And we'll say, okay, I gotcha. Or we might say, hey, honey, don't forget to pick up the eggs at the store for me. Okay, I gotcha. Right, I understand. I gotcha. Okay, so that's understand, got you, gotcha. Okay, the third one in this lesson is kinda. Kinda, which means kind of. But it's funny because when I spell it out kind of with a O-F, I actually don't say kind of. We don't say that in American English. I'll actually say kind of. Even though I see O-F, for this expression, it sounds like a V. And to get that sound, you actually put your teeth here, and you vibrate your sound here. So blow air out, go, add a voice. Kind of. Kind of. But then we say it very fast, and we actually just say kinda. So even though I taught you the V sound, we actually just say it quickly, kinda, or kind of. You might hear that light V here, kind of. But in this one, I'll give you some examples. Kinda means so-so, or half and half, or similar to, a little bit similar to. So you might say, oh, salt is kinda like sugar, except it doesn't taste the same, right? It's kinda like sugar because it's white and it's small. Right? So we'll say it's kind of like that, but the flavor is different. Kind of. Or, well, what's your house like? Well, it's kind of like this house over there. Or, what's your area like? Well, it's kind of cold, but hot in the summer. Or it's kind of, and we'll say kind of before a description. We use this to kind of help describe a situation. So we also say somewhat. So at the end of the night, you might say, I'm kind of tired. Right? Maybe you worked hard, you had a long day with the kids or family, or maybe you spent a lot of time with friends, you watched movies, you hung out playing video games, whatever you did, you're kind of tired. Maybe you had a business meeting you had to go to, or maybe you helped someone at work. So you'll say, how are you feeling? I'm kind of tired. Listen and say, kinda. Let's say it in a sentence. I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of tired. And I might say, with everything going on in the world, I might say this. I'm kind of tired of the news. Right? Say that with me. I'm kind of tired of the news. All right. So that's the fourth word in this lesson, kinda, kind of. It's like similar to a little bit. And then, so that was our third word. Our fourth one is sorta. Sorta means sort of. It's just taking the of and then doing like we did with kinda. Instead of kind of, sort of. So listen and say, sorta. Sort of. Sorta also means like kinda. Well, can you tell me what that tree looks like? Well, it's kinda sorta tall with green leaves, and the outside is rough and the bark is strong. Or what do your kids look like? Well, they sort of kind of look like my face, but they look like my wife too. So they sort of kind of look like that. And we use them together sometimes, but we'll say sorta. And we'll say, hey, how about going out to order some food for us? I sort of feel like it, right? Maybe I don't. Maybe I do. It's like, not quite, but sorta, right? I sort of feel like going to bed. Or I sort of feel like staying up. Or I sort of feel like this or that. So that's sorta. Okay, so what do you sorta do? So let's say this in a sentence. Listen and say, I sorta wanna play guitar. Say that. I sorta want to play guitar. Okay, that's just a good practice. How about the dishes? Do you sorta want to do the dishes? Maybe not. How about the laundry? You sorta want to do that? I don't know. Okay. Anyway, you can message me here and tell me what you think if you sorta want to do that. So that's your fourth one. Okay, the last one here is betcha. Betcha. Say that with me. Betcha. And it means bet you. I betcha. Well, I bet you didn't know that the sky is blue. Oh, you did know that. Good. Okay, so betcha. So we'll say betcha, meaning like I bet you can actually make a bet with somebody, like you're coming up with an agreement. It's like, I betcha it's going to rain tomorrow. Except for, I won't say going to. I'll say gonna again. Remember that word gonna? Right? So in your other lesson, I betcha it's gonna rain. Listen and say, I betcha it's gonna rain. Okay, one more time. I betcha it's gonna rain. Great job. Good practice. Okay, so betcha means like I anticipate, I plan, I think it might, or an agreement, like or a bet, an actual bet. Like, hey, I bet you that next year the Denver Broncos will win the American Super Bowl for American football. Or I bet you that I bet you Brazil will win the World Cup in the future, right? So you might bet somebody like that. I bet you. I bet you I will have to work from home for a couple more weeks, right? Betcha. So that's something you can say with other people. So those are your 5 words. Let's review them again. Betcha, bet you, sorta, sort of, kinda, kind of, gotcha, got you, and lemme. All right? So let me teach you some more English in our next video lesson. Thanks for watching this lesson. If it helped you, please subscribe and share with your friends, and I'll see you in my next lesson.